Hello, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Adora, and if you are just coming here for the first time, thank you very much for stopping by. And if you are an old subscriber, thank you very much for keeping it there, for hanging on there with me, for watching my videos, and for supporting my channel. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? This is a great opportunity for you to hit on that subscribe button, and from time to time when I have any new and informative video, you will always be the first to know. Okay, straight to the point. There's an issue that has been of great concern, especially for those of us that have families in the UK. It's really beginning to bother people who think this should not be happening in the first place. And I'm talking about the benefit system in the United Kingdom. How is it affecting the families? How is it affecting the families? Now, for those of you that don't know what the benefit system is, the UK benefit system is, it's a system that has been put in place to assist its citizens, to assist its people, to assist those that live in the United Kingdom. It's a system that has been put in place by the government to enable people, especially those who are low-income earners, to have a meaningful sort of life, to have a quality life, so that even if you are a low-income earner and there's certain commitments you cannot meet because you are not earning much, or the certain things you cannot afford for yourself and your family because you are not earning a certain amount of money, the system has put this help, this assistance, this financial aid in place to help people that fall into this category. Now, it's very surprising and kind of painful to know the extent at which people go just to claim this benefit. It's very painful to know what people are ready to sacrifice just because of money. Now, I'm not saying that if you are eligible for the benefit system, for the assistance and all that, you should not go for it. Why not? It's there for human beings to assess. It is not kept there for spirits. It's for you and I, everyone who is eligible to assess it. But when you have to break certain protocols just because you want to assess this help, this money, this assistance, then there's a problem. When you have to sacrifice things that are dear to you just because you want to have access to this assistance on ground, this aid on ground, there is an issue. Now, there are stories of people, of families, of couples that, kind of break up just because they want to gain access to the benefit system. And I'm talking about breaking up falsely, or I'm talking about intentionally breaking up with your partner, intentionally breaking the family apart just because you want to get a certain help or a certain support from the government, and it is really annoying. Recently, there's a story about a lady who got rid of her husband. It was said that she has been admiring single mothers. She's been admiring their way of life. She's been admiring the kind of freedom she thinks they have or they're enjoying. She's been admiring the kind of money that the government pays them, because it is said that if you're a single mother, you have a lot of support from the government. So she was admiring all these things, and then she was going very close to single parents and asking them how they're able to access all these huge benefits from the government, how they're able to get all these fundings as single parents. She was really interested, and after she got enough information, she decided to go home and just cause chaos for no reason. She just started. Every relationship has issues. Every marriage has problems. It is your ability to bring yourselves together, sit down as adults and iron things out that makes it worth the while. But she was having issues with her husband, and all of a sudden she just decided to frame the man, decided to frame her husband. She concocted all manner of stories, and even when her friends and family were asking her, are you sure this is real? Are you sure this is what you want to do? Is he this terrible? Is it this bad? Has the situation got so bad that you cannot sit down and talk things out? She was like, no, 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 I just want to be on my own. I just want to move on with my life. I just want to live alone. I just want to do this. I just want to do that. And they asked one very important question. Her friend asked her a very important question. They asked her, is he violent to you? She said no. Has he ever hit you? She said no. Has he ever, abused you in any way, be it mentally, be it psychologically, and all of that? She said, well, not really, but that it's not even about that she just wants to be alone. She just wants to feel the freedom that most single mothers are feeling. She just wants to enjoy everything that comes with it. And funny enough, she confided in a very close friend with this particular comment of hers. She actually told a friend, man, I beg, I just want to enjoy what other people are enjoying. I want to get hold of all those money that single mothers are getting and all that. And this is like, it's not the first time I'm hearing stories like this, honestly. It's not the first time I'm hearing that people intentionally break up or intentionally pull their families apart just because they want to get some form of pity, sympathy, support, and assistance from the government. And it's really, really terrible that you have to destroy something that has no issue in the first place. You have to create a situation that wasn't even there at all. You just have to frame something just to build up your story. If you can be surprised, you can be very, very surprised to know how far people go in doing these things. The benefit system, which is supposed to be a blessing, has somehow turned to a curse in disguise, depending on the way it's handled. Because I've also had situations whereby couples, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, partners, they quarrel about who is gonna be receiving this benefits, whose account will it be coming into. Like, it's so crazy when you hear some of these things, when you hear a man and a woman arguing, oh no, I'm supposed to be the one receiving the child benefits, I'm supposed to be the one receiving this, I'm supposed to be the one receiving that, it should come into my account, I'm supposed to be the one knowing. It's really crazy that you families have to leave what is very important in the family, important in the home, and be battling over who is going to receive money from the government. And sometimes when they tear their family apart just because of this money, they are so selfish at that point that they're not even considering the welfare of the child. They're not of the children involved. They're not thinking about how it's going to affect them. They're not thinking about how the children are going to see all this. How does it play in the life of these kids? They're not asking themselves what is of utmost importance at that time is just who is going to have this money, how much is coming into the account, what's going to be my share, and all that. And it's so sad because in the first place, when this money is even given to a family, it's given on the basis that this money is to enable this family survive for the month, is to enable this family not to be pushed into under the hunger or poverty line. It's just to make you live like a human being. It's just to make you live and fulfill your dreams. It's just to make you sort out one or two bills. The money given is not to make you rich. The money given is not to make you wealthy. It's not to make you, jump out over the moon and be so excited that, oh, my account is receiving a lot of money now. Now I don't blow. I have now arrived. It's not to make you arrive. It's just to make you and your family for that month as comfortable as possible, so that you do not go under the poverty line. But when the adults involved now decide to turn this family into a wrestling ring just because of the money involved, sometimes you hear things like, it's my turn to start enjoying the money now. You've been collecting this money, the money has been coming into your account for some time now, let it start coming into my account. It's so crazy when you see couples, when you see parents, daddy and mommy, fighting over issues like this. It's so really, really annoying. And at the end of the day, sometimes they neglect their children because they're busy fighting over something that shouldn't be fought over in the first place. So coming to domestic violence and abuse in the relationship, and in situations where genuinely a couple cannot stay together again because maybe they're not just happy together, or maybe domestic violence is involved, maybe abuse of some high level is involved, maybe there is no more love in the relationship. As long as the reason is genuine, I'm not I'm not in support of domestic violence. I'm not saying you should remain in your marriage or in a relationship when you're not happy. You are the one wearing the shoe. You know exactly where it hurts. But as long as it is genuine, there's a genuine reason for the breakup, it's fine. Everybody go their way and everybody carry your cross. But if you know within your hearts, if you're very, very sure that within you, you know there is no issue in your family, you know there is no problem, but just because of the greed, just because you want the money to yourself, just because you've heard of how some single parents are enjoying so much benefits out there, or just because you've seen the opportunities given to single parents. Now, when I'm saying single parents, it's not only single mothers, because people usually think that when you hear single parents, it's all about the mothers and the mothers keeping the kids to themselves. There are situations where we have fathers keeping the kids to themselves too, or these fathers raising the children, where maybe they are co-parenting sort of. But in a situation where the center can no longer hold and there is no peace in the home and genuinely you have to separate from each other, it's fine. At that point, you know that yes, you are genuinely separated, and whatever benefit they're giving, it can go over to whoever is. It depends on how you sort yourself out with the government. But in the absence of that, why would you want to punish your children because of your greed, because of your selfishness? Now, in a country like this, it's very difficult for parents. When I mean parents, now I mean the mommy and daddy, to raise the children. It's a very tight situation. In situations like this, especially if you're an immigrant and maybe you don't really have family here and you have to work, you might have to school, and you have a lot of commitments and you have to share these activities or these responsibilities between yourself. Maybe daddy does this for the children, while mommy goes to work, and mommy comes back from work and daddy takes over, daddy goes to work, mommy takes over from the children and all that. In a situation whereby you have to share your responsibilities, the family responsibilities between yourselves, why would you now want to cause a problem where two people are trying to manage the responsibilities? It is hard, and now you want to divide the family. How do you think one parent is going to be able to cope with all that? How do you think one parent is going to be able to pull through? Because it's not easy. It's not easy raising children in this country, especially when you don't have control over them at a certain age. There's a point in their life where they get to, there's an age they get to, and if, believe it or not, you have little or no control over them anymore. And at that point, you begin to wonder if you had made the right decision by destabilizing your family, if you have made the right decision by letting daddy go or letting mommy go, because at that point they need each other. At that point, the children need their mom and they need their dad. And at that time, you're now beginning to discover that, well, you've taken so much load on yourself, and then the responsibility is now triple, triple as much as it used to be. And then even when that benefit money is coming in, pumping into your account like crazy, like you're not going to enjoy it, because you, at the end of the day, you're not having your peace, you're not having your rest of mind, you're stressed out. There's a lot for you to do. The children are there. Maybe you have your own job. Maybe you have to go to school. There's so many things to do. And then even apart from the physical stress that's coming, the mental stress. Do you know what it is when you have to step into the shoes of both people? You have to step into the shoes of your mom and your dad at the same time. And children raised in this country, honestly, it takes the grace of God for you to have a strong hold on them, to have a firm hold on them, because there's a lot there's a lot that is considered when raising kids here. There's a lot that is considered when you have raising children abroad. You know, when you're raising children in Nigeria, you have a lot of people around. You have aunties and uncles and everybody to put the child in order. You have all these people around to talk to the child when the child is going astray. It is not the same thing here, guys. It's not the same thing, because here they are only looking up to you, and then possibly if you're not giving them the desired training, home training that they desire from home, if you're not giving them the desired if you're not giving them the desired home training, if you're not putting them on the right path, they might get their training and their cautions and whatever from the streets. They might begin to listen to friends. They might begin to live, and for Christ's sake, you do not want to know how it will end up. You don't want to know how many children are being put in care, And as far as I'm concerned, when your child goes to care, you know how mentally and morally devastating that can be as a parent. So, as far as I'm concerned, if you know there is no genuine reason to break up your home, if you know there is no life-threatening reason, there is no genuine reason, there is no reason whatsoever, if there is peace in your home, for Christ's sake, be happy. I'm not saying every relationship or marriage is 100% perfect. No relationship is perfect. No marriage. Forget about what anybody's going to tell you, oh, my marriage is made in heaven. There's nothing like that. No marriage is made in heaven. You all work to make it work. The husband and the wife, you come together, you put in effort to make the relationship or the marriage to work. And sometimes when you're trying to make it work, you're not actually doing it for yourself. You're doing it because of the children. You're just sacrificing because of the children. You're just saying, if not because of these children, man, I would have just thrown this thing into the bin and moved on with my life. But when the children are involved, these are the primary concerns you should take into consideration. So if you ask me, is the benefit system a blessing or a curse to families? I will say it's a very, very major blessing. It's a big blessing as long as it's been approached from a genuine perspective, as long as it's been approached from a real perspective, as long as you have a genuine situation to approach this financial aid. Because honestly, if you're going to rip your family apart because of money, then it's going to be a curse on you. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you very much for stepping there. Thank you very much for sitting with me and managing to listen to this whole thing. If you have learned anything from this video, thank you very much. Please press the like button, press the share button, share to as many people as possible. Press the subscribe button as well, so that whenever I come on live anytime, you will always be the first to know. Thank you very much and God bless.